Alright, so this is what I'm having problems with. I'll show you in a second. Sorry if this is a long video and I'm trying to get the point across. But this is basically all I do to use it. I'll show you everything. I have the express card adapter. Plugs right in. This is hooked up via DVI to a 20-inch 1600 by 900 monitor. This is an Antec 520 watt PSU. I have that going to the graphics card, and this is going to the adapter, PE4H adapter. This is the latest version of the PE4H. So all I do is I just literally turn the power supply on, which is here. That turns on the power supply. Also turns on the monitor, like you just see right there. The green light came on. And then all I do to plug it in is mostly just a hot plug and play. That's on my desktop. Plug it in. And if it works, it'll go to the desktop. Yep, there we go. So it worked this time. It's going to show up in there. There we go. So now my desktop's on the monitor, which is awesome. I have this running in 16-bit. It's high color, not low color. It's on the 1600 by 900 resolution. My problem is that this is like this, which is awesome. But my problem is that whatever game I play, no matter what the graphic settings are, it lags like hell. The only game I could possibly play is Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I could play that on full resolution in really high settings, and I get really awesome frame rates. That's the only game, though. All my Call of Duty games are all unplayable. All my Far Cry 3 is almost unplayable. Dirt 3 is unplayable, and I set all those games to DirectX 9. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 2, I have it set to DirectX 9, and that's the only way I can get good frame rates. If I set it to DirectX 11, it is completely just bombs everything, and I can't play it. It becomes unplayable. So in ATI Catalyst, I have everything set up to the max performance possible. Everything is set to performance, even though I stop it from startup, so it won't even turn on at startup. But yeah, so everything is set to performance here. Oh, my bad. See here, everything's performance set. Also, if I go to information here, I don't know if this is right because of just how, I don't know, it's just a little weird. But it's telling me that it's running up PCI Express 2.0 X1 speeds. The X1 is normal, but usually that shouldn't say 2.0, that should say 1.1. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess if it's 2.0, that's great. But I don't know. I think AMD might be wrong there. The problem is, so I'll show you. Usually when I get, you guys see. So sometimes when I plug it in, I get an error code 12 in the display adapters right here. Right there. I get an error code 12, and all I do to solve that is I keep it plugged in, I just reboot my computer, and bam, it pops right back up. So that usually is not an issue. However, it might have something to do with this. I have no idea. Now, my internal graphics card is an ATI Mobility Read-On. It's a 540V, also known as a 4500 series. And this is a 6770 series that I'm running. I made a custom driver for my internal graphics card. Both these cards are running on the same exact driver version and the same exact driver. But there's two separate drivers. So this one is 8.850. And that's the 6770. And this one is 8.850. Same thing as before. So they're both running on the same driver, but it's two drivers installed for each one. I don't know how you can install it for both. As you can see over here, my specs, there's nothing like, it's a 1% idle, 24% RAM. I have 6 gigs of RAM in here, and it's normal. It's not running anything fine. My disk usage is down all the way to 0, 1%, and turbo boost isn't boosting up. So I know it's not anything to do with my hardware as far as my computer. Now, I'll show you what I mean by laggy performance. Let me set this to a gaming mode, so it actually gives me the full performance. And I'll show the game. For time's sake, I'm not gonna put it into gaming mode completely. It just shuts down a couple services, but it's not a big deal. Either way, it lags. So I'll show you Call of Duty. The only way I can play Call of Duty better with higher frame rate is to run it in compatibility with something. But otherwise, it's horrible. Actually, I'll put the gaming mode on so I can show you the frame rates. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I have it running in compatibility for Windows 95, and that's the only possible way I could actually get relatively good playable performance but it's also running on Windows 95 and it has a lot of errors because of that. It's not meant for it. Call of Duty Black Ops is just it's impossible to play just the way it is. So yeah. Crap, can start. All right, so the screencast is running, and it's going to show me the FPS. Now I get all these errors. I don't know why I'm getting those. It has to do with Steam though. Steam doesn't like the game booster thing, so it's not a big deal. Without game booster or with game booster, it still lags. It's not a big deal. It's not the program. I know it's not Steam because I uninstalled Steam, tried it, and it's still that same way. I tried it on non-Steam games. And it still lags. I've tried it on everything, basically. There you go, in process. Right, there we go. What the? There we go. Alright. We're good now. Okay. Let's redo that. Sorry this video is really long, but I'm just trying to get the point across. So you can see the fan is spinning and everything that it is working off this. It's running via DVI. I'll just play Black Ops real quick for you. This is running in compatibilities to... it's not going to be able to do it. This is running in compatibility. Oh, that's why it's not. Here, I'll do Modern Warfare 2 because I have Black Ops on my external drive. Modern Warfare 2 is on my Intel SSD. So that's at 500 megabytes a second. So there shouldn't be no problem, like lag problems there. Let me take this off of compatibility so you can actually see. So you can see I have incompatibility with Windows 95. Alright. Alright, see right off the bat, I'm getting 9 frames a second, 4 frames a second, 2 frames a second. That'll go up to about 40. And then, alright, so now it's, yeah, there we go, it's at 46. I'll set this to the actual resolution of 1600 by 900. Advanced video, take off anti-isling. Shadows, no. Depth of field, no. All these are all no's. Texture quality, I put these on normal. And this one will be on low. So these settings I should have no problem playing whatsoever, because that is a high-end graphics card. So right off the bat, it's about 40 FPS, 45. We'll go into a game. You can see how laggy the mouse is right off the bat. So in reality, right now, I should be getting about 60 frames a second, if not more, because there's no graphics going on right now. This game plays perfectly normal when it's not connected to my laptop via the external graphics card. So as soon as I disconnect it, it runs fine. Here we go, we're in the game now. Now frame rate has become really uneven. It sometimes drops down to 2, it sometimes goes up to 10. I'm going to try to play this with one hand, So right off the bat, 27, 23, 18. I'll just call them out for you. Let's see how laggy this is. Take a focus it for you. There you go. It's very laggy. I got 34 right now, 41, 62, 40, 36, 40, 50, 36, 34, 32, 37, 40. 31, 40, 33, 29, 25, 38, 40, 34. So, I mean, even though I'm getting 30 frames a second, there's no reason I should be getting 60 frames a second. It drops down to 18 sometimes. It's just horribly laggy. This shouldn't be this laggy. It shouldn't be this jumpy. You can see how bad that jumps around like that. And right now I'm at 50 frames a second. But now it's going to drop down to 32, and now it becomes horribly laggy again. You can see that. So it's horrible. 29, 25, 45. It's very uneven. 37. So now I'll exit out of this. I'll go turn the graphics down by 800, or I'll turn them down a little bit. Not that low, because I don't want it to, still want it to rely on the GPU. So I'll turn it down to 1280 by 1024. Apply settings, and you can see straight off the bat, I'm going to get 45 frames per second again. 25, 42, 45. So I get the same amount of frame rate, and it's going to be the same amount of lagginess. As soon as it finds a game. Now, Call of Duty games are DirectX 9. I mean, no matter what game it is, like I said, the only one that's working is Battlefield. So again, we'll choose the same thing. So it says I'm getting 77, now it's going down to 30, and it's laggy. 32, and I noticed that, there we go, there dropped down to 18 there, 40, 54, 39, 33, 30. So now, at this resolution, I should be expecting like 80 frames a second. It should be a lot more. 24, 10, 19, 43, 50, 42, 54. So, I mean, even when I'm getting these high frame rates at like 45 and stuff like that, it's incredibly laggy. And now, like I said, there we go, 38, 27. 27, 41, and this is with all games. The only game that works is Battlefield, Bad Company 2. And quit there. 17, 16. So it's quite ridiculous. It's very choppy, it's very jumpy. Battlefield 2, I get a consistent speed, I get a consistent everything, consistent frame rate. It's really nice, and it runs awesome. These games, I don't know why. And I have more games on my external drive, but like Modern Warfare 2 was off my hard drive. There's no other connected other than my power cable and the GPU. But Dirt 3 runs horrible in DirectX 9. Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, Left 4 Dead, Pinball Test Drive is ridiculously bad. Forsaken World, I mean, Combat Arms is a game that every computer should be able to play. And sometimes I get 80 frames per second on that game, but it's laggy as hell, and I can't even play it. It's just unplayable. I'll go into Device Manager one more time. Oops, I don't want to do that. Device Manager. As you can see, there's no error messages. It says working properly. This device is working properly. It's PCI bus 3. I don't know if that matters. And resources, it's obviously using resources, and it says no conflict. So I don't know what's up with this. I've done everything I could possibly think of. I started three or four threads on Windows 7 forums to help me out with this, and no one can figure it out. People said it was sorry. People said it was a graphics card, but it's not the graphics card because this is a 6770, and I also had a 6670 in there. Both of them same issues, except if this one plays Battlefield a little bit better. That's expected. But no matter what I do, even if I go in and I disable my internal one, so if I go to here, right click, I disable that. Focus. Click yes. So now my internal is disabled. My fan on my computer will rev up really high because it doesn't like it. Go back into Modern Warfare 2. Again, this is all on high performance. Power plan. As soon as it loads here. There's a little lag in the beginning that always does. It even does it on my normal graphics card. But it's actual in-game lag. In-game lag on this game on 1366 by 768. The highest my actual resolution my monitor gets. And texture settings set to high and normal map resolution set to normal. I get 60 frames per second and it runs smooth as hell. On this, I can't even play it near those settings because it lags incredibly much. Call of Duty Black Ops is 10 times worse than that. So you saw right there, I got 4 frames. I'll back out of this because it's going to take a while. Team deathmatch or something. So this resolution again, 45 frames per second. Jump down to 35. It's loading now, so whatever. So I'm here. and it's insanely laggy again. I'm getting 30 frames per second, 20, 17, 10, 17, 18, 20, 21, 31, 30, 26, 10, 30. So it is really bad. This is very frustrating because I've done this for, I can't even tell you how long. I spent about 3 weeks trying to fix this and do everything, and it just will not work. I know it's not the power supply because I used 2 different power supplies. On the 6670, I used a regular computer power supply that plugged into the jack over there. It still did the same problem. Now I'm on a 520 watt, still does the same problem. Overclocking it does not help at all. I don't know what to tell you. I've done everything I could think of. All those games were running DirectX 9. I could quickly show you Battlefield Bad Company, because I also have that on my SSD. I'll show you what the frame rate I got in the next game, and it gets pretty decent frame rate, and it runs pretty awesome. I mean, little lag stutters here and there, but it's nothing I'm, like, you know, worried about. Right now, I'm getting about 200 frames per second, 200, 190, 179, 184, and this is smooth as butter. 188, 200. No problems with this game. Zero. As soon as I turn it to DirectX 11, that's a different story. And then it just drops down. So now I'm getting 70 frames, 72. 115, 125, 160. So I usually get this little lag in the beginning. This lag right here just froze. There you go. And after about a minute or so, that lag completely disappears. So right now I'm getting about 30 frames, 49. As soon as this lag disappears, there we go. So I'm getting about 45 frames per second average here. And I'll show you the resolution and everything that's set to in a second. This is the only game that's actually very playable. Far Cry 3 is on the edge of playable. I have to have that in all the lowest possible settings to actually play it. So 45 frames, 47 frames. I mean, it's a little laggy, but it's nothing of, like, bad. Again, this is in DirectX 9, so it does look bad. 47, 50, 3, going out of the area. 48, 53, I'm gonna die soon. 38, 42, 60. So it gets really awesome frame rates. I'll show you the resolution. So if I go to options, 1600 by 900, textural resolutions, level detail high, 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 medium, medium, 1 time and 4 time. The anti-aliasing I can't change anymore. I don't know why, but that's my only option. I don't care. This game's running awesome. I have no problems with it. So now my question is, what the hell? Why is every single other game running so bad? Even Dirt 3 I have running in DirectX 9, and it runs horrible. It runs worse than DirectX 11. It's weird. Every single one of my games is like this. It's insanely laggy. And I'm really stuck. Like I said, I've done everything. I got it to work. Everything's fully connected. I'm confused. Changing the internal graphics driver helped a little bit. Negligible, but what I have it set now is by far the best performance I've gotten so far. I read somewhere that you need to get one unified driver, so one driver that'll install to both of them. Like right now I'm running 2 drivers, but they're both the same driver. I heard about that. I have no idea how I have to do that. In order for this to work though, I do have to have an ATI driver installed for my internal card for this to show up, otherwise it will never show up and I'll get a blue screen of death. So I need to do that. The other thing is I heard about setup 1.1, which only really helps for error code 12. Like I said, my error code 12 gets resolved by just rebooting the computer with it attached. That works perfectly fine. I'm out of ideas. It's been pissing me off because I can't play any games. I have everything set up. I bought this monitor. I spent $200 on this build to get it working and have a nice build. And I still can't even play Call of Duty. It's like, you know, what the hell? Like I said, I have 6 gigs of RAM here. It's a first generation Intel Core i5, clocked at 3.2 gigahertz. I have an ATI Mobility Radeon 540V, also known as a 4500 series in here. See right there. Oh, next one up. 4500 right there. It says it's disabled. You know, it is disabled. But, yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you. Completely out of ideas. That thing never overheats. The temperatures are always nice. Overclocking it doesn't even help. I'm so out of ideas. I'm done. If you guys can help me, someone please, thank you. That would be awesome. That's about it, really. There's nothing else I can really say. Every now and then I get a little mouse lag too, like a little stutter, but usually nothing big. Like I'm on here, I'm on YouTube, and oh, I forgot to mention, when I do play a game, the GPU usage does go up to 100%. So usage right here was at just at 57%. If I play, see, I might be able to play a 1080p video. It does go up to 100%. So I know it's getting used 100% of it, but I don't know what's up with that. I mean, to me, it feels like bandwidth lag. But at PCI, so there you go, there's a little bit of lag right here. See that, lagging. So let me turn this up to 1080p over here, and hopefully it'll start playing. There we go. So it's running at 1080p. I guess usage doesn't have any activity. Whatever. Yeah, there you go. 82%. I mean, this says. So that's it is getting used. Let me see if I can download GPU-Z. But I mean, it should be running at. I mean, if it's not running at PCI 2.0 like it says, it's definitely running at PCI 1.1 because that's what my other one was running at. GPU-Z said that. It was also running at X1 speeds. So like I said, I'm fully out of ideas. I have nothing else to say. This should not be bottlenecking my CPU, so there should be no issues there. The only thing I could think of is my RAM, but having to be able to play those games before on, you know, high resolution, high settings, shouldn't have a problem like that. However, I will take a RAM stick out and try it again, see how that works. So yeah, if you guys can help me, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm honestly out of ideas. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.